G'day. Welcome to Toperformance Products, the home of KONI shock absorbers in Australia. What we have here is the 300 series. And some good news. KONI now does the legendary raid for the 300. And what's even better news is it's adjustable. Check this out. So what we have here is 90 type raids for the 300 cruiser, but the important, or the biggest benefit of this is that. So what KONI's gone and done, which is good news for anyone that wants to hit those corrugated roads or tow, is it's an externally adjustable, rebound adjustable shock absorber while it's on the car. So previously with the 90 types, as a lot of you may know, you had to remove them from the car, compress them, and wind up the rebound dampening forces. Bingo, we can do it on the car. So today, we're going to take this 300 for a drive with the factory shocks, do a bit of, take it over some bumpy roads, because, let's be honest, not all these cars do rugged four-wheel driving. We will take it off a little bit off-road, but nothing too extreme. Then we're going to bolt in the 90 types, take it for another drive and give you a comparison. So as we touched on earlier, the 90 series raid for the LC300 Landcruiser, they're externally adjustable. Now the beauty of this external adjustment is the little dial that sits in the glove box of your car. It's quite simple to use. On the top of the dial, there's a plus and a minus. It just slots down on the top like so. And when you're ready to adjust, that increases the rebound forces following the plus and decreases the rebound forces. As I touched on earlier also, the beauty of this is if you're towing a heavy caravan or if you've got extra weight in the car and you're driving down the road and you notice that it's wallowing a bit, you can wind up the rebound forces and it'll stop the car from bouncing. The added benefit of adjustability is that shock absorbers naturally, when they age, they wear. And they become a little bit softer, the rebound forces become less. You can wind this up slightly and rejuvenate the shock absorber. So another thing to note, when you're winding up the rebound forces, when you take it back to zero and you want to put it back to factory settings or the bolt-in settings, when you wind it back all the way, remember to back it off just a little bit more. So wind it till it stops and then go positive just slightly, just to loosen off the adjuster. Otherwise, it puts too much pressure on it. So that's just a little handy tip. So there you have the features and benefits of the 90 series raid, externally adjustable. So here we are in the 300 series on a bumpy road. As you can see from the way my body's moving, the car's moving quite a lot as well. I'm doing 50 to 60 k zone and the car's tipping from side to side and front to rear. Now, a car that's dampened correctly should correct itself quite quickly after a dip or a bump. In this case, the car's tipping and wallowing quite a lot. So if you own a 300 series and you're not quite happy with the way it handles, KONI Raids may be a good option for you, especially if you're towing. So it's something to consider, but really the factory shock absorbers in this car I think are handling not too well at all. I'm not going to pick on them at all because they're built for a purpose, but especially with a vehicle that's been raised and got slightly larger tyres on it, you need to look at upgrading your suspension. And in this case, with the adjustable KONI Raids, we're hoping to get some really good results. So we might take the car for a little bit of a spin off road so we can do a comparison there and then back to the workshop to fit the KONIs.
The rear shocks can be done with the wheels on, but we're going to take the wheels off for this to see the lovely KONis.
So we've just removed the factory shock, and here's a little bit of a comparison for you between the KONI Raid 90s and the factory shock. And the reason why the KONI's Raid 90s are bigger is that they've got more oil capacity. So when you're going down like corrugated roads over long periods of time, shock absorbers get hot. They're a heat exchange. These guys will run cooler because there's more oil. And also too, the rebound damping forces, you can obviously have more with bigger pistons. So there we go. Let's bolt these up. Something that complements the KONIs really well is these road safe trailing arms. They're adjustable, so when you raise a vehicle, it makes life a lot easier. Panhard rod too, so it's on car adjustable, which again makes life a lot easier, especially when you're raising vehicles. So you can do it all while it's on the car. It saves a lot of time and a lot of hassle. So the road safe product definitely complements the KONI product for this vehicle. So if you're interested, in addition to the KONI 90 series, this particular 300 series has got a lot of road safe items bolted to it. We've got the toe points, the underbody protection. It's also got a diff drop and Black Hawk upper control arms. Got KONIs in the 300 series. Now, to say that it rides differently is an understatement. It actually drives like a car, not a four-wheel drive. We're going down the same undulating road that we went down earlier with the stock shocks on. It's a lot more direct. The steering's holding a straight line as I go over the bumps, even though it's really undulating and pitching. It's firmer, it's a firmer ride, but it actually feels like it, you know, a new European car, that sort of firmness, yet it's still absorbing all the bumps. So the road test is a vast improvement. All right, we're gonna have a bit of fun. We're gonna wind it up all the way and drive it to the next stop and just see how it feels, what changes. So this is purely just for experiment's sake and a bit of fun. It's on like that. Now I'm winding it all the way. Got a few turns in it. Every time I'm turning, I'm getting about half a turn out of it, I'd say. So there we go, that's the limit, and I've gone to the limit. I'm just going to back it off a tiny bit. We're going to dance around the whole car and do them all. Again, that just slots on there like that. There we go, that's on like that. Just wind her all the way up. It's a limit there. Back it off just a tiny bit, that's done. As you saw, we've wound the rebound dampening up to full. And it drives more like a car. It's quite firm. I sort of liken it to like a Mercedes Benz out of the box. It's got that nice European firm car feel. Yeah, look, over some of the tighter bumps it might be a bit much, especially with the cars unladen. There's only just people sitting in it. But if we had this thing loaded up with a whole heap of gear, you'd really notice that it is responding quite nicely. It just drives a lot better than what it did before. A lot better. So we're in the same position we were in earlier, where this wheel's off the ground. All the shocks are working in harmony, nothing's being really soft. We've got nice rebound forces on this side, which is obviously offsetting this as well. So the road test on road, we're really happy with. It drives more like a car than a four-wheel drive, which will impress a lot of people that are stepping up to a 300 series after getting out of a smaller car. And now off the road too, it's a lot more sure-footed. Going into the bumps, it gives a lot better feel. Coming out the other side, a lot more rebound forcing. So, and especially in this situation where we're fully articulated, very, very impressive. There's the finishing touch. After every set of KONis gets fitted, it's mandatory to put the sticker on the car. Lovely. Hope you've enjoyed watching us fit Raid 90s to this 300 series Landcruiser. I think we've proven that the externally adjustable Raid 90s are a useful addition to your 300 series. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for your time.